What? I put childish things.
Sounds like an old man drinking too much scotch on an empty stomach and wallowing in self-pity to me. But what do I know? Me being such a naive child and all.
Old man. Is that any way for a postulant to address a professor?
Can give it up but not take it, eh? That's what Mother Abbess said.
Cantankerous old bitch. May she rot in the bowels of hell.
Oh, so you do accept the principle of hell and its place in the religious doctrine?
Ah, don't trade on my good nature, Sister Agnes. I'm having a bad day. I've buried my best friend in a cardboard box, and you're challenging my accepted agnostic states. My fall from grace. Let me explain in the words of a few syllables. It is because of my accepted agnostic confusion that I am welcome to study in this cloistered splendour. Keep your enemies closer. They want me where they can keep an eye on me and monitor what I say and who I say it to. And the final straw, they've cut off my internet service twice, the bastards. But Sister Bernard saved me with this.
Waves the dongle connector.
Mother Abbess won't like it. She thinks that yours...
She thinks I'm cut off from the outside world, contained within this prison cell. But Bernie and I outsmarted her. Plug and go. What a wonderful thing the web is, Sister Agnes. And are you going to turn me in? Are you going to come to play in that great big virtual world full of its possibilities and marvellous corruptions, I wonder? I often play online poker all night. Absolute magic.
She said you were impossible.
Nicest word she's ever uttered about me, I'm sure.
And she said you would challenge my obedience to the order.
Ah, yes, Bernie always said that calluses on her knees were down to the hours of additional prayer she had to endure because of me.
I am guided in all things by the words of St. Joan. I have learned, O most dear sister, that with the help of God's grace you have fled in joy the corruptions of the world. I rejoice and congratulate you because of this. And again I rejoice that you are walking courageously the paths of virtue. Remain faithful until death, dearly beloved, to him to whom you have promised yourself. For you shall be crowned by him with the garland of life. Our labour here is brief, but the reward is eternal. Offer faithfully what you have vowed to God, and he shall reward you. I'll thank you to know, Professor, one does not endure prayer to the Lord.
Bollocks. Load of tripe. What if there's no reward? There is no God, no Saviour, no heaven, no saints, no angels. How can we know it's not all pretty stories to frighten and hoodwink the gullible? A verbal control order, a way of controlling the masses to stop the buggers from rioting. Bread and circus, the Romans had it right. Keep the knuckle-draggers' bellies full and entertain them. Anything to stop the populace from educating and starting to think for themselves.
You're not to tire yourself. You've been ill.
Ah, pretty Sister Agnes, unknot those brows. Don't look so stern. Think of all the fun you could be having in those cold, lonely hours you've wasted spent on your pretty knees. Think of the babies you could be bouncing on those knees, instead of wasting so many years to an outdated ideology, bound into a medieval belief system of too rigid a hierarchy, pontificated by a sad old
men. Bit of a theme developing, I fear. And I'll thank you to leave my knees out of any conversation. It's not seemly to be discussing a nun's knees. Now, this password. Did Sister Bernard have any favourite expressions?
Bugger off. As if you will. Pack it up. In the name of God.
Very telling. No, shorter than that. 6, 8 letters or numbers, or any combination. Anywhere she was fond of? Anywhere special to her?
White City. Bellevue.
Oh, it's a bit long. Any favourite dog there?
Dingo Boy. Outside one at 6 to 1. Trap 6. Skidded on the bend and still romped home yards ahead of the field. Oh, we celebrated. Oh, pack of Stella and a double cheeseburger with a... Ah, yes. Oh, entered the minibus.
Oh, goodness. There's a file in my documents addressed to me.
You?
To my successor. And there's one here for you. It says, to Meredith, open when I'm gone.
Leave it. I'll read it on my own. I've waited years to get into my own files. She'd never let me near the machine, always terrified I'd delete something valuable. What does yours say? What did Bernie say about me?
One line. Keep him working or he'll die.
Green pastures, still waters, transcendent love. Mine goes with hers and hers stays with me. Stands, leans on desk and stands.
Yeah, he's Debbie, you can't stand then obviously, but just you'd be well believed when you do so.
Sure. Are you discreet? Are you capable of such loyalty? Are you adept enough? Do you want to be a collaborator in my secret life? Is there still any vestige of fire left in your flat belly? Are you akin to my Bernie? Wise in judgment, skilled in feminine logic? Can I trust you? Not a word to, on your honour, young lady. Swear on the scriptures you hold so dear.
My honour, sir. I'm a postulant. Isn't that worthy enough? I'm giving up my body and soul to do God's work. It's a bit of a clue.
Don't get sniffy, my poor Joan. Every put down is an hour on your knees in supplication. Dogs are a good judge of character. Don't suppose you like dogs?
Of course I like dogs. I had a bearded collie. I am a country girl, Professor, Cumbrian Fells. But there were not many opportunities for acquiring the sin of gambling where I grew up. Not many dens of iniquity in the lakes.
So, what sins did you acquire, I wonder? All those wide open spaces to blow away the cobwebs? You give up that freedom for this desiccated dump? Why? What's your story, I wonder, Sister Agnes? There's a hare cursing in them there hills, and sheepdogs, of course. No appreciation of the finer points of dog racing now. That's a serious gap in the education of us postulants. I shall set myself the task of addressing this weakness. Shall I keep you pointed true north? Away from the influence of Lucrezia Borgia downstairs? Would it be a kindness?
I get the job then.
Sneak me up a cheese sandwich, my poor Joan, and we'll see.